Anyways, so if you looked, I'm trying to do a Tony sign thing, and I got nothing. I got nothing, man. How you doing? How you doing? Welcome to More Conversations, where I don't even know what this. It's like Seinfeld. There's nothing. There's nothing about this podcast that's special. It's just us. Mm.
It's men on sports.
Anyways, so if you check out this mug for okay, so everyone in the chat right now, if you're confused, we ended up watching Tony sign videos.
Oh, greatest advertiser ever.
Oh, it was great. It was great. But thank you for everyone joining. Zelda, John, how you guys doing? Everyone on Rumble, everyone on Facebook, everyone who can't get their phone to correctly do things. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh my.
Oh, my.
Yes, we're not here to save anything. We're just here to talk. That's it. It's yeah, nothing special. I did realize we'll talk about sports also because I realized that the more conversation is it's set up for like special events. So since the NBA playoffs is coming and here and happening for a couple weeks now, so I was like, you know what, let's just do this. Yeah, we
I'll
gonna have
cover the NHL.
yeah. Of course you will.
Yeah, because I'm a man.
Yeah. All right. So what is the most how should I word this question? It's the toughest sport.
Which one?
Like what do you think is the toughest sport? I'm always curious to hear what other guys have to say.
NHL, by far, because it's constantly physical all 3 periods. You're bashing people
Right.
into the glass.
You guys have
You're
periods?
constantly moving.
Ew.
If an NHL player has a period, he'll still keep playing.
Yeah, see? Mm-hmm.
There have been NHL players
I would
that have
say
gotten
this.
their arteries severed, cut open, got stitches, and wanted to go back and keep playing.
Because those aren't human. Those are
Men. They're men.
yes. I'll say this: that hockey is the most masculine sport.
Mm.
But I'll say the tough, in my opinion, because you're not wrong. I think you're right, but I think that rugby is one of the toughest sports.
I'll agree. That's a tough sport. It's a manly
Because
sport,
here's the thing: they know how to hit
and they don't
your
wear a lot
body,
of
and they're not
padding.
wearing They're not wearing pads, so whenever they hit, they actually know how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Zelda, I would say football, but
It
no.
has its manly moments. It does.
Yes, like
It's
you
not
get Julie.
soccer.
Yeah, I mean, you'll get Julian Edelman who will he'll have 4 concussions during one Super Bowl and still play. And he said that when I'm just gonna ask this, I know you already know this. You know who Julian Edelman is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just to clarify, because some guys were like, "Who's that?" I was like, "The funniest wide receiver ever." Um, who I actually want to name my kids after, Edelman. And then my wife's like, "No." I was like, "Damn it." I have his jersey too. He's my favorite player. But it's he said that I don't know. I think it was him or Gronkowski. They said that when you get hit and you're laying on the ground, one of the players comes up to you and gives you a few words, like lines to say, so you can keep playing. Because when you get a concussion, you can remember things right away. Like if it's not a bad one, you can remember things right away. So if they ask you like what day it is and
Mm-hmm.
what's the date and all this stuff, like then if you answer them right, you can play. Like Edelman during the Seahawks Super Bowl, like back in what 2000? Oh damn, 2014. Yeah, 2014, I think. Yeah, it was that one, and he ended up with like 3 or 4 concussions. And he kept on reciting the same lines to the refs, and they're like, "Yeah, you can play." And I'm sitting there, I was like, "This dude has concussions, like written all over his body."
I would have no doubt if hockey players even do something similar to that, to be honest, because there's
Oh
no way
yeah,
you can't go through a hockey game without getting even a mild concussion at some point when you get checked into the boards.
no. But oh man. Yeah. I'm just glad that the Lakers lost. So they are 1-3. Yay. What else? The MLB. Let's look at the MLB score. Because I know you watch hockey. I don't watch hockey enough. I know Boston just started their game, which is now tied. It's too early to count that.
Yeah, mine's the
Um,
UFL, United Football League, NHL, and baseball. My Cardinals suck.
now,
It's just they're horrible. I don't know why. They got
what?
bats. It's just their pitching is awful.
Wait, where are you guys? So I'm a Red Sox fan through and through. I hate the Yankees. Um, I've learned this about the Yankees fans because they got two baseball teams, the Mets and the Yankees.
Yeah,
And the Mets, from what I see, and I'm going to look at it right now. I don't look at it's too early for me to look at scores and everything, but the Mets are doing pretty good, 19-9. But the thing about the New York fan base is they flip flop like LeBron James fans.
they're
Like, oh,
fickle
he's
at
for the Cavs,
times.
he's for the Heat, he's for the Lakers. The Yankees, they're doing okay. The Red Sox are catching up. But they're like, well, the Mets are 19-9. We're fans of the Mets. I'm like, no, you're not. To me, the Mets is like the minor leagues,
They're pond scum. It's a
and then
St.
the
Louis thing.
Yankees are the retarded team.
Yeah, they're the special
See,
team.
I miss the Yankees Red Sox rivalry. I really do. The Yankees kind of, or no, it was the Red Sox killed it in 2004. Like that rivalry ended after 2004. There's no fights or anything. That was what made baseball fun to watch was the Red Sox and Yankees rivalry.
Hmm.
Like when all the players back then in 2004 retired a few years later, like Derek Jeter. I actually liked Derek Jeter. He wasn't a bad. He's like Kobe Bryant. He was actually really good. He played the sport because he loved it. A-Rod,
And
we're not going to talk about that because the Red Sox could have had A-Rod, but then the Yankees was like, look, we'll give you money. Yeah, it's like the Dodgers. Okay, so the Yankees, like the Dodgers, are the new Yankees.
mhm.
They're just bought and paid for. That's it.
They got the
Like my
money.
brother-in-law, yeah, my brother-in-law is a huge Dodger fan. We all know how that World Series happened. And I was like, hey, guess what? He's like, I don't want to talk to you right now. I was like, we gave you a gentleman's sweep.
Yep. Well, it's like with St. Louis Cardinals. You know, our fun rivalry is the Chicago Cubs. That's just a fun one. You get together with
It's
Chicago
not
Cubs
there
fans.
anymore, though.
Yeah, it's not like it used to be, but that was the fun rivalry. You just had fun. Our baseball
Yeah.
rivalry a long time ago, before the Astros moved to the American League, was the Astros. That was the like you get in there and you're wanting to see some hard baseball. It was the Astros for us.
Is it weird that I like Astros a little bit?
No, they're a decent team.
They are, but I get that they cheat. No team cheats. I know John's like no comment, whatever. I hate the Yankees. As a Red Sox fan, as all Boston sports fan, which is probably the greatest sports city ever. Um, I
2019.
hate the
Sorry, I had to clear my throat out there.
what about 2019?
Blues. Bruins. Sorry, I had to clear my throat out.
Let's not talk about that. Whoa. How many major league teams does St. Louis have?
If you go major league, it'd be the Cardinals, the
I'm not counting
Blues.
soccer.
No, I'm
That
not
doesn't
either. I'm
count.
with you. Now, if you
Yeah.
consider, the UFL, I consider that intermediate league because that's like but that's like the NHL goes heavily on the UFL now to get players. So I'll call that
Yeah.
intermediate. But right now, if you go major league, it'd be St. Louis, the Blues, and the Cardinals.
So 3 teams.
Yeah, Blues, Cardinals, Battlehawks all together.
Bruins, Patriots, Celtics, and Red Sox.
Nobody
The
likes the
reason
Patriots.
why Boston is
Fags.
the reason why Boston is the sports. It used to be New York, and then LA. People in LA. This is funny. Everyone thinks that the LA teams because they always think that the Anaheim Angels are part of LA. No, if you have to drive
No, they're
two
not.
hours,
Yeah,
if
they're
you have
not
to
a part
drive
of them.
2 hours from another city, when I lived in LA, No. LA only has
Don't they have the
Clippers,
Chargers now?
Lakers. Dude, they have a lot. Hold up. I
Because
gotta do
I
the
think
math on
San
that. Yeah, you're
Diego
right.
Chargers left. Yeah,
They have Chargers, Rams,
yeah,
Lakers, Clippers, and Dodgers. 5 teams.
yeah.
2 NBAs, 2 NFL, and then 1 baseball. I don't. That's yeah. But when you get a city that has all 4 sports that win a title in the same decade, then yeah. Because I don't count the Lakers winning their last title because that was a bubble and they weren't even going to do the playoffs unless LeBron James decided, hey, I'll play in the playoffs. And then they're like, we'll do a playoffs. And we're like, you're really like, Michael Jordan didn't get that much power. Like,
Now, if you want to follow an NFL team where you can go to it and you can get in about 20 different fist fights and get mugged, then you watch the Oakland Raiders or go to their games.
actually, I've been to that stadium or been by it. It's a nice stadium, dude.
I
I'm not gonna lie. It's a nice. The Raiders Stadium in Vegas is really nice.
when's,
I like
when's
it
the
a lot.
last time they won a? Have they ever won a championship? Or
Hmm.
I'm curious.
Let's look this up. Raiders Super Bowl wins. Yeah, they won 3.
Sorry. Okay.
84, 77, 80, 81, and 84.
The good era of NFL
Yeah. When you could take steroids.
when everybody got brain damage.
Yeah. But it's like I don't know. The thing is, wow, Astros. Well, it's not too bad. I'm going to look at the whole entire league. All right, Detroit's doing pretty good.
All the Lions are doing good.
Well, here's the other thing. So, whenever the Red Sox were in the playoffs, the 3 teams that I hated seeing play them, well, 2 in the playoffs was Detroit Lions, because I forget what's his name on Detroit. He was actually a really good
If
pitcher.
you lose to Detroit, you get kicked out of the league.
But the thing is, Detroit was actually really good back in 2013, 18, and
Yeah, they
they were
were.
actually
Yeah,
they were stacked. And then you had Tampa Bay. They were never like a World Series team, but if I managed or coached a team and I knew we're not going to the finals or any championship game, I want to make it my goal to make it difficult for the other teams. So I drain them for every single willpower they have. That would be my whole goal.
hmm
Is like, look, we're never going to go to the title, but I will at least make that team exhausted to where they can't make it.
yeah.
So Tampa Bay was that. And then
Yeah.
Detroit. Who was the pitcher? He had 2 different eye colors. I can't think of his name. Scherzer. Matt Scherzer? Yeah. I think that's who it was. And Detroit. But then the other team, your team, the Cardinals. I hated seeing the Red Sox play them in 2013
hmm
was it?
Was it
That was when Cardinals
was
were
it
actually really good.
was it the World Series or was it just
Yeah.
playoffs?
No, it was
Last
when the Red Sox played against the Cardinals in the World Series. It was
last time the Cardinals
2013.
last time the Cardinals won the World Series was 2011.
Yeah, they played against the Red
They
Sox
were
in
good in
2013.
2011. That was a hell of a team for the Cardinals. They were
Yeah,
just
and then 2013 they were good. And I
yeah,
think they won 1 game. See, here's the other thing. Every time the Red Sox have gone since 2004, they've never lost a World Series. So if they go to the World Series, you know they have a 90% chance of actually winning.
yeah,
And
true.
then I watched the Celtics win last year for the true 18th title, not the Lakers. That doesn't count. and my wife was more excited. So she's seen the Patriots win a Super Bowl. She's seen the Red Sox win the World Series with me, and she's seen the Celtics. She's not. She said, "Now let's see the Bruins win." I was like,
They tried in
"Never gonna
2019.
happen."
They tried in 2019.
Bruins winning a Stanley Cup is like Kansas City Jayhawks winning the NCAA finals. I'm a huge Jayhawk fan. I love them, but
I'm a
it's
Mizzou
just.
fan.
Oh, you are? They're not for basketball or football.
Football.
I knew a quarterback that actually played for them and blew both his knees out.
Ooh.
For
Ouch.
like the first 30 seconds of the game, blew his knees out. He's
Sorry,
a
don't
really
mind me.
cool guy.
Don't mind me. I'm sipping iced tea.
Mm-hmm. But my wife was more excited to see the Celtics win the NBA Finals, and I'm just sitting there like, yeah. She's like, "What's wrong? It was a good win." I was like, "This was determined. It was obvious that the Celtics were going to win." It was the most boring NBA Finals I've ever watched. It was.
I think
bad.
some championship games, regardless of what league it is, what sport it is, I think some probably are predetermined, honestly, because it'll draw numbers and money.
The only way NBA will actually get its numbers back if you get Lakers and Celtics NBA Finals.
Yeah.
That's the only
Not
way.
wrong in it. Now, let's talk about the WNBA. Crickets. Okay, moving on. We'll just move on from that. I just heard crickets and frogs.
Crickets and frogs?
Mm-hmm.
Zelda goes, I now know how my family feels when I talk psychology crap. No one cares. I'm kidding. And then John goes, nah, don't ever say anything nice about New York sports. You know what? New York sports is like the homosexuals of the NBA. I will try. I want to keep the rivalry between Boston sports and New York sports. That's all I want. Even the Lakers and Celtics rivalry is not there anymore. Wow, I got the hiccups.
Yeah, I just had one too.
Oh man.
It's like if a World Series happens and the Yankees enter, I just tune out. I'm like, nope, don't care. Don't care.
No one cares about the Yankees.
No.
Or the Mets.
Yankees. Pond scum.
They're just a bunch of cheating steroids. Whatever. At least Astros came up with something clever, hitting a garbage can. Dude, that's like the best way of cheating. Props to them. Everyone hated the Astros for that. I'm like, you know what? That's good, man. I dig it. If you could come up with a clever way of cheating, like Joe Montana. Oh, I know there's some California people watching, and they're 49er fans. Guess what? Joe Montana is not the GOAT. It's Tom Brady. It's not Patrick Mahomes or Joe Montana. But Joe Montana did say in an interview, hey, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. He cheated in all his... Mm-hmm.
It's not cheating if you don't get caught.
Right? Stick them. Vaseline.
And if it's after the fact, then...
So my in-laws are all 49er fans, and I'm a Patriots fan. And it's hilarious. And then I have a friend of mine, his daughter just started dating her first boyfriend in college. And he's from Massachusetts. And we hit it off really well. For Thanksgiving, we hit it off so well. I was like, hey, how you doing? I started doing the Mark Wahlberg thing to kind of figure out if he knew if I was a Red Sox fan or a Boston fan. I was like, hey, how you doing?
Don't worry,
hey.
I'm still here. Give me a second.
Okay.
Keep talking.
And what's funny was he looked at me, he's like, you're a Red Sox fan, aren't you? I was like, yeah. And then, but he's a huge Pacers fan. And that family's all Golden State Warriors and 49ers. We were bagging on the entire family. And I even said, even though I'm not related to the family at all, and I turned to him and I was like, your daughter's in good hands. They're like, because he's from Massachusetts. I was like, yeah, he's also a Patriots fan, Red Sox and Celtics and Bruins fan. He's in good hands. Don't worry. He was a cool kid. He was. Oh, you, bro. You St. Louis Blues. Wait, hold on. Let's see what the score is for NBA right now. Not that it matters. If they allow the Magics to win this series against the Celtics, you know it's rigged. That's the thing. Celtics, they're in a rebuilding stage, even though they just won last year. They've been dominant every season for the past few years. Just number one, number two.
Yeah.
And then PJ goes, I can't believe the Lakers lost. I can believe it. Why? Because I hate Lakers. See, I hate
So
the Los Angeles Lakers and the New York Yankees because being a Celtics and and a Red Sox fan, yeah. The other rivalry I respected the most was the Colts and Patriots rivalry. Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. It was the only rivalry I actually respected.
it was like watching two. It was just watching two great quarterbacks and two good offenses, good defenses, just pounding away at each other and just going to town. It was awesome.
Well, you had what was it? Peyton Manning, who was the computer, and then you had Tom Brady, who was the chess master.
Yeah,
And
I'd
then you
agree.
just duke it out. The only thing though is because they always say defense wins the game. When the Rams and Patriots played in 2000, oh, what was it? 2018, and that Super Bowl where it was just pretty much just defense. That was the
Mhm.
boringest Super Bowl I ever watched. 13-3.
Yeah,
I
that's what.
prayed.
Yeah, if it. Yeah,
I even prayed. I was like, God, I don't care who wins right now. I don't. If the
just
Patriots
make it
lose, the
stop,
Patriots lose. Somebody score something.
or just make the game stop, and we can all move on with
But
our day.
what was your favorite Super Bowl? We'll go down for your favorite matchups of finals. What was your favorite Super Bowl?
Give me 1 second. Go ahead and talk for a second. I got to look something up real quick.
So my favorite Super Bowl was the Falcons Patriots in 2000. Oh man, what was it? 2006. See, the Patriots have won so many Super Bowls, I can't keep track of it. There's a point where my brain blanks out with Super Bowls. Like you forget the last five Super Bowls.
Yeah,
You
I've been
do.
there.
I'm like,
I don't know the past few. I just haven't watched because I tried watching them. I just wasn't really super entertained with them. I know it sounds horrible to say, but it was like,
yeah.
eh.
But at least the Patriots made it fun.
I can tell you my favorite Super Bowl win. It was
All
when we
right.
had. It's when we had the St. Louis Rams. NFL can go
Mm-hmm.
itself. It's when the St. Louis Rams and played the
Oh,
Tennessee Titans, and they beat them with that last second touchdown goal where the ball just crossed the plane.
that was a good
That
one.
that was just that was amazing. That was a heart that game was just good. You had good defense. The defense was really good, but at least you got some scores in it, and it was going back and forth. And when Marshall Falk crossed the line with the ball, just it broke just the plane just enough. I was like, yes. Oh, it was one of them games that was heart stopping at the end. It was for me. Not
Yeah.
just because I'm a St. Louis person, but because it just was genuinely a good game.
Yeah.
The Titans were good
I
back then. They were really good.
oh, they were.
Yeah.
I it would be the Patriots and Falcons game. It was probably one of the best Super Bowls.
That was a good game. It was. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, your favorite World Series.
I think about this one for a minute. There were a couple I genuinely enjoyed. What was yours? I'm sorry, I got to think about this one because there were a couple ones I liked. That so I got to.
Yeah. I would say 2004.
Who was that with? Just to refresh my memory on that. Sorry.
I think it was the Cardinals
Mine would be
or the
2011.
Angels. Hold up, let me look it up right quick.
I like the 2000.
2000.
If no, actually, my favorite would be the Cardinals in 1982 when they won the World Series. That was really good. I was a kid then, but it's one of
No,
those things.
it was against the Cardinals. It was a 4-game sweep.
Yeah,
So you
mine
guys
was
lost against us twice.
yeah, mine was 82 Cardinals. Even though as a kid, I still remember the game, even as a kid, because we watched all of it. That was probably for me one of my most favorites because you had Ozzie Smith, you had Willie
Yeah.
McGee, you had all those classic players that just even from other teams that just it was very memorable back then. Even from players from other teams, it was just a good era of baseball.
So Orville Nation said, "Get ready for all those Yankee gifts, my friend." Guess what? Bring it on, because you guys, the Yankees. Here's the other thing: the Yankees, I think, are cursed. I'm not big on curse, but the Yankees have only won one World Series since 2004, and that's 2009.
Manorama
The Red
episode.
Sox ended up winning what, 4?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the Yankees are, yeah. And here's the other thing: if anybody wants to put in, go to Rumble, you can do a rant, and you can pick out your favorite World Series, your favorite NHL Stanley Cup title, any of that stuff. You can have a conversation with us. We'll bring it up there because we're monetized on Rumble, not YouTube yet. Not YouTube.
Yeah, good luck with that one.
I know, right?
If you
Never,
if
I'll
you if
never
you
get monetized on YouTube. I
if you
won't.
have if you have more than 10% testosterone levels on YouTube, you're not going to get monetized.
I got about 90, so it's never gonna
I
happen.
rode a horse Friday. I'm at least up to 92%.
I would say Stanley Cup, but I don't watch Stanley Cups as much. I don't watch the NFL as much or NHL as much, really, because it's, to me it's just very drawn out. But
They could shorten up the playoffs a little bit on it.
it's cut a couple teams out.
Yeah, I would agree with. I've talked to even other NHL fans. They're like, "Can we cut this down a little bit? It's a little too long."
Yeah,
I would cut
but
four. I you could cut 4 to 6 games out of it, 4 to 6 different things, and it would probably be a lot better
yeah.
because it takes what 2 months to play the playoffs out almost before you
Well,
have the
NBA
championship
they're
game.
kind of drawing it out a little bit.
Yeah, they do. The NFL is pretty good about not doing that so much.
It's,
To a
yeah, they
certain
actually
to a
honed
certain
in.
point,
Well, even the NC, like college football really screwed it up. They had something where you had 4-game play. You had 4-game playoffs. That was it. I like that. It was like a round robin kind of thing.
it makes sense.
But then they grew it out to be like what, 12, 16 games. I'm like, dude,
You know why?
I yeah, I know.
Because they get more advertisers in there, they get more money. It's like give the fans what we want. Shorten the playoffs up a little bit. Cut some teams out.
Yeah. I it's
Let's get
just,
to the point.
should I invite a New York Yankees fan on here?
Let me go get my hemorrhoid cream first. No, I'm going to give it to them.
Okay.
Let
Man.
me go get a condom for their heart because I'm about to fuck their feelings.
But what was your favorite NBA finals?
I can't say because I don't watch it.
Okay. I would say
I'm being honest.
2008 Celtics Lakers, when the Celtics won that 32, 36 year gap, and they just obliterated the Lakers. Oh, it felt good. It felt so
I've
good.
I've noticed the Lakers seem to be the like pariah with some NBA fans.
Yeah.
I've just noticed that just as hearing people talk and seeing comments and stuff over the years.
John said, "Here, I'll pull this up here. Here on M.O.R Conversations, we can actually pull up the chats here and there because it's an open conversation." He said, "I can't stand the National Felons League." Oh man,
There's a few.
yeah,
I
yeah.
stopped. I
Welcome.
stopped
I
watching.
welcome.
You know. Oh, go ahead.
I welcome anyone to go on Rumble, that stream, and then you can do a Rumble rant. We will read off any of their comments. But what were you saying there? You can't stand what now? LeBron James. You can't stand the Cardinals. Okay, I agree.
Oh man, my finger was twitching there. That was the weirdest thing. Huh.
Oh, mine too. It can't go down. It can't go down.
That was
Look at that. It can't go
like the
down.
Michael Vick thing with the dogs and how they let him come back.
Hey.
That bugged me a lot.
Yeah.
That's me, you know. I'm not an animal rights activist by any stretch of imagination, but I don't believe you should abuse animals either. When they like, oh, you know, he did this, this, and that, and did his time, whatever, and they're like, oh, he can come back. I'm like, oh God, no,
Yeah.
no. There's a point when you need to just, but it was, I think, it came down to this money, but it's like, no, sever ties. There's times you just got to cut that off completely.
Yeah. It's what's the score now? 30-27. Yeah, that's right. Orlando Magics. You suck.
I love Zelda's comment. You see what she said when I made that comment?
Let me go get a condom for their heart because whoa, it just moved.
I'm about to F their feelings.
Yes.
Hey, I'm a fireman. We're just brutally honest. If you're a man and you can't say what you really feel, then don't say nothing at all.
Yeah.
Keep your mouth shut.
Oh man.
That's what happens with
Fun
age.
times.
I can't wait until I
Really?
get to the age where I'll be telling everybody off and not care.
Get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn, you little bastards.
Oh
Then you can just say you
man.
have some kind of disorder from age and use that as an excuse and get away with it.
Let me see if I can pull up the game. I think I can do. Yeah. If I remember the site where I can actually watch it. No. Let's see if I can pull this up real quick. Let's find a sports game we can watch.
None of them because it's YouTube.
I know, right? Well, no, I know how to do it where you can't get seen. Let me ask my buddy.
Oh, I'm gonna send you a link to UFL when the Battlehawks are playing this weekend. To a beautiful play that was just probably the most stunning play I've ever seen. I'll send it to you privately on X.
All right. All right, you
Yeah,
take care, PJ. Thanks for stopping by, man.
love you, PJ, brother. There it is.
Beefy.
Oh no! When I was watching this live, I've rewatched it a bunch of times because it was like the most perfect, beautiful play that just worked. There you go. It's on X, so when you want to watch it.
Find. I have a lot of hole puncher tabs. I just realized.
You too?
I
Brandon Herrera for ATF director.
now is he actually gonna do it?
I think he would do it if he got the job. Honestly, I think he would. And if he would, oh, get rid of the NFA. Oh, sorry, I just got a little excited thinking about it. I apologize. If I could drive around this
Oh, I've seen this one.
SBR in my truck as a truck ride, oh, why not bring superior firepower?
I know, right?
Look at that play that I sent you.
Dude, that was a nice play.
Dude, and they pulled it off, and I love the push away from Akeem Butler, how he pushed the guy off the push off from that to gain himself just a few more feet of clearance. That was just stunning. I don't know who was
I'm
more
trying to
excited, the
find the
fans or
link.
the announcer.
Okay, here it is. Now, which game should we watch? The Celtics, boxing, NHL. We're not going to watch New York Yankees. I don't. Well, should we watch the New York Yankees?
I don't want diarrhea.
We'll just make fun of the Yankees throughout the entire night and say they're a bunch of faggots.
Yeah. Let's watch some
All right,
NHL. We haven't talked a whole lot about that.
NHL. There's nothing
Yeah.
to talk about.
The Blues beating the Winnipeg Jets today. We beat
Well,
those
how do you feel about that?
those
Let's
dirty
talk about that.
Canucks.
How do you feel about that?
The Blues were down 0-2 against the Winnipeg Jets. They're not a bad team. They're actually not a bad team. They're really good in the third period. The last two games, game 3, the Blues beat them 7-1, I believe, or 7-2. They were just pounding them. And today they beat them 5-1.
I'll ask the people in the chat on the YouTubes, what game do you want us to put on? And I'll put the link and I'll have it in there. Do you want to watch the Boston Celtics against the Magic? Chicago Cubs against the Phillies. Ooh, that actually would be pretty good. We have Montreal Cardinals against Washington Capitals. Jesus, man, I'm not even from Boston. It actually came out right there.
Boston.
New York Yankees, the gayest MLB team, or Toronto Blue Jays, or the NASCAR. Ooh, ooh.
Did NASCAR go away from being woke?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they did.
Oh, God, I'm so happy about that.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Screw this. See, John says any game you want. Trust me, you don't want that. All right, let me get. I just need to log in. All right, here we go. Let me pull up. We're going to do the Celtics. I can get it. No, I don't want that. Well, I can't hit on it. Jeez. All right. All right. How do I turn the volume down? Nah, you punks.
John, if it wasn't for Caitlin, the WNBA would have even fewer viewership. Because that one gal,
All right.
Reese, whatever her name is, well, she gets paid the same as a NBA player.
Yes.
No, you shouldn't. You lose money. You don't bring in money. You don't bring in fans. When you bring in fans, then you'll make money. Most of them girls make money off of sponsorship and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They don't make it from the league because they don't bring in enough people to make it from the league.
All right.
Do I want to watch a bunch of grown men slam dunking and slamming in each other? Yes. Do I want to watch was there Angel Reese is what her name is? We'll just say Reese.
Yeah.
Yeah, Reese.
All right. So I'm going to go in. This is what we're watching right now. Because we can do that. You can join us in the chat. Yes.
All right, I'm on there.
So yeah, we have the game on. Yeah. I haven't watched the Celtics game in who knows how long.
During the Blues game today against the Jets, one of the Blues players checked the guy so hard he flew into the Blues bench, chucked him right over into. He was
Wait,
like,
when was this?
"Bam!" Today, hit it,
Oh.
hit him
Do you
hard.
remember when Canada booed USA?
Yeah, and then they got their butt whooped that night.
And then Canada actually ended up winning the whole thing, but that one game didn't matter.
Staged. Sorry, I had to clear my throat out.
Yeah, I was staged. We feel bad for you, Canada, for USA beating the living shit out of you on that game.
Oh,
Yeah.
they did. That was a butt whooping that night. That was just pure spite. It was. They were like, okay. How long's it been since Canada's won an NHL Stanley Cup?
I don't
92,
know. Ask
93?
any of the other fucking United States hockey teams because they're all there.
We constantly whip them at their own sport.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounded like that felt good.
What? Oh. Yeah.
That looks like a nice cup of water.
Yeah, it's a good cup of water.
I'm enjoying my cup of tea over here.
Yeah. Here, I'm gonna try to bring some other people on.
It's an herbal tea.
Herbal tea?
It's a hops-based herbal tea.
Ah.
Oh, I hate commercials.
I know. My bad.
And I don't care what anybody says, I'll never call it the WWE. It will always be the WWF.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just got to throw that in there. I miss the old days of that. That was a good time. Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, The Undertaker, Kane. Oh, the Dudley Boy. That was just. I am happy to have grown up in that time and witnessed it.
Yeah.
Monday Night
But
Wars.
if anybody wants to let people know about M.O.R Conversations, and if you want to do a Rumble rant, the Rumble rants actually help finance all this podcast stuff for us to do, and it's a lot of fun. So there's a lot of things I want to do with Manorama. There's a lot of things I want to do, but it takes money and finances. Everything that I make off of these podcasts, it goes directly towards what I'm doing. It never comes back to me. And I put it back into this. So if you want to do that, you're more than welcome to. I'm not going to hold you at hole puncher point. Yeah. Zelda goes, water, herbal tea. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And if you don't donate, I'll put on my blue rubber glove and, well, you'll get a proctology exam. And I'll leave the rings on.
Yes. Here, I'm going to promote.
How did he lose a ball like that?
He's gay.
He's no Larry Bird. This dude like 6'5", 6'6". Bro is tall.
He's a foot taller. He's about like 20 feet taller than me.
10-year-olds are taller than you, Steve.
Yes, that is true. Did he say Porzingis?
Sounded like it, but
He said Porzingis. It is Porzingis.
Yeah,
That's
you're
a
right.
tall white guy, dude. Man, Porzingis. Wait, Zelda, how tall are you? Okay, Dark Helmet, how tall do you think Zelda is?
At least 5'6".
All right. I'm curious of how tall
Actually, I'll go
Zelda
five
is.
seven. I'll adjust that.
5'7"? You think she's like WNBA style?
Well, if that's the case, she'd be able to slam dunk then.
Yeah.
Come on, Zelda. Come on, Zelda. How tall are you?
Answer your question. Answer your question. Answer my question. See, my
Yeah.
goal is to say.
Now she's being quiet. She doesn't want to say.
I know. She's like, I'm so nervous. You're
But you
four
are a
foot
woman.
11.
Hey,
Bullshit.
you are a woman. We want to hear you roar. Steve had to look at the spider over on the wall over there for a second to make sure it wasn't coming near him.
You are not 4'11". Wait, hold up. I'm taller than you then. If you're 4'11", I looked at it as 5'11" for some reason. You're not 5. I'm taller than you. I'm 5'4". I'm horse jockey style.
Oh my God, that meme I posted then was appropriate. It worked. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Celtics. If you lose against the Magics, I don't know how I feel about you.
If she's really 4'11", she could just run under a table and not duck.
Yeah. So she's
You,
almost midget style.
I know you'd be like, "Come back here, young lady, and go eat your Brussels sprouts." No dessert until you eat your vegetables.
Yes. Guidance Jubilee. Do you remember the chick JoJo from Jers?
Me?
Yeah,
What's yours?
New Jersey.
No.
Okay. She posted a picture of her in a black dress and she's like posted something. She goes, I got all gussied up for the subs. So what the? Some new media party last night. It was a fabulous event and I had a blast. She's a grifter. She's trolling everyone and she's doing a pretty good job at it.
I love Zelda. She's just posted a bunch of laughing faces.
She's like, listen, I'm a small southern belle. Don't hurt my fragile feel. Look,
She is
I'm from
woman.
I'm
Hear
from
her
Florida.
roar.
We have no
Mew.
feelings.
Meow. 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 Oh, who's a good little short person? No,
Here,
John, we're not talking about Jersey Horse. I mean Shores. What an awful,
I'll invite John on. Hold on,
what
if
an
he can
awful
come
TV
on.
show.
He's a Yankees fan. We'll roast his butt. John's a
Oh,
good guy.
come on, John. We're gonna clap those butt cheeks. I mean, roast them. When you're out of money and you need to make commercials.
Right?
If I made the amount of money they make, I would just have a couple acres, a small house, and I could live peacefully on that money for the rest of my life.
I know.
I'd have some
Yeah,
couple of horses.
if anybody's in the chat, you can go to here, I'll do this. We'll get people in. Watch. We'll get people in. Yeah.
Zelda said, "I'm crying." Go back to talking about hockey pucks and crap.
I know you're crying. Hockey pucks. Uh-oh. Get ready. We have a Yankees fan coming in. Hold your horses.
Let me go get my
Now,
hemorrhoids.
if he says, hold on, let's ask him when he finally gets in. We're going to ask him what his favorite Yankees fan was or player. Now, depending on his answer, we'll know.
My favorite Yankees player is my right hand.
All right, John.
Hey there,
Welcome
Johnny.
to More. Who is your favorite Yankees player? Choose wisely, or I will roast you.
Craig Nettles,
That's a pretty good answer.
third baseman.
That's a pretty good answer.
I'm from
Damn
the
you,
60s,
John.
the 70s,
Damn you.
guys.
Son of a.
Damn
God
you,
damn
John.
it.
I became a third baseman because of him.
Oh, that's a good answer.
That was a good answer. I
I'm a
agree.
Yankees fan.
You are.
George Steinbrenner.
I was hoping you were gonna say Aaron Judge, and then I'd be like,
Fuck
I'm gonna
that.
roast you,
I hate
motherfucker,
these
so
new
hard.
players.
You're gonna need lubricant. You're gonna need Vaseline for this lubrication because god dang it, dude. My favorite player was Derek Jeter. I liked him a lot. Even
Yeah, I
though
like
I
him too.
hate the Yankees, I actually respected Derek Jeter because he was like Kobe Bryant of MLB.
Now I'm with you on that. Derek Jeter. I agree on that one.
He
I
never
really-
took steroids, unlike A-Rod. Big Papi never took steroids. He was just okay. So do you know why Big Papi never took steroids? Can you tell? Do you guys know why?
No.
Because Bonds. He's a good example. He got big and bloated. Big Papi, he just got fat.
Fair enough on that one.
He
actually.
did. He just got fat and he's all like, "Bleh." But he could hit like a mother trucker.
He had that natural talent.
Yes.
I love players from all teams in that era, not just the Yankees.
When it was what? It was what? 2000.
My favorite pitcher was Maddox.
Ooh.
I don't have to have like players only from the Yankees. I respected all good players.
No, he was a hell of a pitcher. He was.
He was a master.
I'm not going to disagree with that. He was a good pitcher, but
when he played against the Cardinals, I was like, oh, Maddox is up. Oh, we're going to have a hard time.
Exactly.
Well, Scherzer. Scherzer was a good pitcher. He had a crazy pitch. When he was for Detroit, he had a crazy ass pitch that it wasn't fun, but I remember 2013 against the Cardinals, that World Series. That's what it was. David Ortiz had a batting average twice as much as the rest of the Boston Red Sox batting average. Like, he was hitting them. And then I remember the last game when they actually won the World Series, they just walked him. They're like, no, this guy's going to hit you. It doesn't matter. He was hit. I forget what his batting average was. It was like one of the highest for a batter for that series, for a World Series. He's like set the record. I was like, dude, this guy's on fire. But I would say that Kurt Schillings, he was a good one.
Yep.
And then
Big Unit, whatever his name was.
Who?
The Diamondback. I forgot his name, but his nickname was the Unit.
Oh, Randy Johnson?
Randy Johnson. Yeah. Randy Johnson was a heck of a pitcher.
The only guy to hit a bird at the same time
and
get struck out.
What about Adam Wainwright was a hell of a pitcher too.
Oh, he was.
And then the Bennesses from the Cardinals, they were both good pitchers too. Maybe not the best, but they were good technical pitchers.
How could you not forget Pedro Martinez with Don Zimmer?
Oh,
like the clip I sent you.
Pedro Martinez.
Those were fun years. He went
dude. When Pedro said to the Yankees, "Who's your daddy?"
Yep. His
Pedro
objective
is
was to hit the player.
he still a pitching coach, or did he just fully retire?
I think he's retired.
Okay, because I know he was a pitching coach for the Yankees for a while,
Hey,
or
John,
no, for the Red Sox.
yeah,
Sorry,
come on,
for
no,
the Red
he would
Sox.
never do that.
No, he would never do that. No, not after 2004. But I think he was a pitching coach for a few years, and then the Red Sox have a pretty good pitching coach now. And then I find it funny that the Oakland A's, they figured out how to win a World Series back in the day, like 2002, 2003, 2004.
Moneyball.
Yeah, and then the Red Sox was like, "Hey, we want you on." He's like, "I'm not going to leave the A's until I win a World Series."
That's Billy Bean you're talking about.
Guess what? Guess who won the World Series after that? The Yankee. Or fuck the Yankees. Jesus, man. I have a Yankees fan on now. I can
Don't
think
live
about
rent
it.
free in another team's head. That's not a good thing to do.
You know what? I despise the Yankees fans.
That's fine.
Because they're the
That's
most
part of it.
flip flop. They're the most flip flop. They're like, oh, the Yankees suck. The Mets are good. I'm going to be a Mets fan. Oh, the Mets suck. I'm going to be a Yankees fan.
I'm old school.
Pick your choice.
They're fickle as hell.
Pick your choice.
I was a Yankee.
Drink some Dunkin' Donuts. Have some donuts. And just be a Red
Have
Sox
a
fan.
bagel.
I was
Yeah.
a Mets fan when I was a kid when Tom Seaver was playing. But that changed when
That makes
they
sense.
traded him. And then I changed over to be a Yankees because I was so mad at the time that I just said, fuck this. And I went and became a Yankee fan because of that.
I got a
See,
question
if I was
for you,
next to
Jeff.
John right now, I would just throw just confetti at him and be like, "This is your World Series. One World Series out of 2004 to now." I will. Oh man, I remember I dated a chick who was from New York, and she was a Yankees fan, and I was a Red. Oh man,
You don't want to do that. That's a bad.
no, that's a bad relationship right there. I was like, because every time I saw her face, I was like, "Hey, 2004, you kind of sucked," and she's like, "Shut up." I was like, "Well, make me a sandwich," and she's like,
You're
"Shut
lucky
up."
you weren't castrated.
No, she was a lot bigger than me. She could have beaten me up, but
Put a sat on you.
yeah. Oh yeah, she could have sat on me. I was like, "Help me!" In college, I was 110 pounds. What?
Steve, a cat could sit on you and suffocate you.
Yeah.
I got a question for you
No.
guys. If you could go back to the 30s, 40s, or 50s in time and watch baseball back then, would you do it?
Yes,
To
50s.
see the purity of the game back then.
50s.
I would do the 50s.
Mickey Mantle.
Yeah.
Roger Maris.
Mickey, man.
Just to
Ah,
see all,
fuck you,
all them play.
Yankees. They're all fucking Yankees. God
would
damn
go-
it.
I
Mickey
would go
Mantle was
back-
actually really good. I like it. Here's the thing. I may trash the Yankees, just the fans. The athletes, I respected. Like Mickey Mantle. I liked him. He was
M&M
good.
boys.
Yeah.
Now, if I had a game where I could go back in time, one World Series I could see, that'd be the St. Louis Cardinals and the St. Louis Browns. One of the few times you had a team with two cities that were in the World Series to see that back at Sportsman Park. I would love to see that. Just experience that one time.
How about the Yankees and the Brooklyn Dodgers? World
Yeah.
Series
Thank
that
you.
we lost.
Thank you very much. Not Los Angeles Dodgers. You
Brooklyn
Well,
Dodgers.
California's got two New York transplanted teams.
I forgot
think
who the
about it.
St. Louis Browns become because they moved them out. They became who was it?
Hold up. Zelda goes, "Make me a sandwich." What Steve thinks women do. Well, yeah.
Well, okay, make me a sandwich and we'll watch the game. How's that sound?
I want a turkey sandwich with
I want
lettuce.
a BLT, please.
Yeah. And then we got Theta the Grid on. He's coming on. Theta, if you don't turn your camera on, it's okay. If you have your mic on, we can hear you. Don't worry. You'll
Well,
just
no
be in the
problem.
background.
Mostly knows how to do it. And it's a little tricky.
See, we're finally watching a Celtics game. Something good. This is God's team.
No,
This is my whole thing is God's team is all Boston's teams besides the Bruins because they suck. Bruins to me are like the Kansas City Jayhawks. Hopes and dreams get crushed. Just deal with it.
I have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Who has the worst fans? The worst fan base?
Oh.
'Cause
Wait,
it's not
which
the Yankees.
now do you want to go down sports?
No, just baseball.
Baseball?
It's all a matter of opinion. at this point.
Dodgers.
Dodgers and Mets for me. I think they're the most obnoxious fans that there are.
Mets.
Hmm.
I go Mets.
They are little
I got Dodgers.
brothers.
But
I'll
St.
never be
Louis,
the big dogs.
we have a rivalry against them because they're pond scum. So there's a little bit of hatred there.
So
They're
just to
obnoxious.
clarify, before we continue the conversation, Theta, for you to do the mic thing, you have to click again of what your mic is gonna be, and then you'll be heard. Unless he's like, I figured it out, I'm just gonna be muted to make me guess. Oh, you're there. Okay. Jesus. Hi, I'm Steve. I'm retarded.
There we go. Okay. All right.
Hey, there you are.
What's up?
So we have the Celtics game going on in the background.
all right, cool.
And
that was
because-
my team back in Larry Bird's day. I mean, I don't follow sports anymore, but as a kid, Larry Bird was my guy.
oh yes. There
Larry
you go,
Bird's a
John.
legend.
Suck it, you Yankees fans. It's
White
all
men-
Boston
White
here.
men can
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No one
Right.
cares about St. Louis or Yankees.
Oh yeah. We're gonna start being Irish now. Okay. There we go. The Celtics all the way, sir.
Hey, St. Louis has a
Oh.
large Irish contingent.
No, they don't.
Actually, yeah, we do.
They're
do.
the inbreds.
No, it's called the Hill. It's
But
very
I
large.
want to thank Theta. Welcome to M.O.R Conversations, where you can pretty much say just pretty much about anything.
Welcome
Hey,
aboard, Beta.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a
Theta.
Yeah.
pleasure. Yeah, it's a pleasure, man. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I saw what you did there. I got it. No, but yeah, I got a stream. I'm going to be starting in an hour or two, but I wanted
All
to
right.
come on here and say hi since you invited me. I might as well
Yeah.
share in the love. So I love the Rambo and the DeLorean. I got my own DeLorean back here, actually. If you can see it down there.
I don't know if I can.
Steve, you got to rebuild that into the other variants.
Can you get that working so we can go back in time and see an old style baseball?
Is that
and football?
no?
This is the Diamond Select.
Exactly. Oh, okay.
That's from number 2.
Yeah.
So I have this one. It doesn't have the wheels, but this is the Hot Wheels one.
Oh, so it's Lego.
Oh.
Okay, we don't want to talk to the fag. Let's talk to the guy with the cool one.
So Theta, we like to roast each other on my podcasts.
That's
if you haven't-
that's how I do it too, man. And everybody, if you're a man, you got to be able to take it.
Yeah,
And I
treat
don't
it
mean
like
that.
a man.
Or you don't
Yeah.
have testicles.
Yeah, exactly.
I like
so-
how it's two bald guys with some other two guys with some hairs.
Hey, Steve, can you wipe that jizz off your mustache?
I was about to say, it looks like you got something a little right there on your lip.
Yeah,
I'm glad I'm not the only one that thought that.
I was on it already before you guys did. Don't worry.
I know.
Okay.
I hear you.
Yeah, I'm sure you were on it. You walked into that one.
I did. Whatever. Go fuck yourself. John's like, I'm in for the ride because the Yankees suck.
The Yankee fans over there are like, fucking wankers.
I know.
Yeah, so
No, I've been What?
Sorry, I was just gonna say I was watching earlier when you were talking about the Yankee curse. That's the only curse you believe in, huh? I'm not a baseball guy, but I mean, I hear you on it. I mean, it sounds pretty reasonable.
What about the Cubs?
It kind of
curse?
Yeah, the Cubs curse too. Yeah. That,
Yeah,
I
okay.
get, and that's a Back to the Future's reference too. You know,
100 years later, they win it, and we still hear about it today.
exactly.
Well, if you think about it, like the Red Sox curse because of Babe Ruth, what 85 years something like that.
Yep.
And then now it's flipped, and John's like, "Fuck you." And
Hold on, quick. I got a quick question. You guys want to hear something cool?
Yeah.
I actually have a baseball that's sealed with the Babe Ruth autograph on it. It was from my stepfather.
You could take a shit on that.
Oh, I'm not. I'm never getting rid of that. That's staying with me
I'm
forever.
just kidding. Don't get rid of
That's
it.
cool,
That's
yeah.
that's
Was
pretty cool.
he in Boston at the time, or was he in New York?
Ooh.
I don't know which one it was. It just had the Babe Ruth. We had it authenticated by somebody that knew baseball signatures. They're like, oh no, this is.
It's probably New York.
I don't know.
It might be. I don't know, but the guy looked at me. He's like, "Dude, never get rid of this." And I'm
Bruce
keeping
Scott
it.
was a pitcher.
I'm never getting rid of that. That's that one thing for my stepfather that I will always hold on to.
Yeah, heck yeah.
That's
See,
sick.
if Manrama makes a lot of money, I'll buy it off of you.
I'll blow a job and we'll call it good.
What does he want a Babe Ruth ball for? He hates the Yankees.
Well, no, if he's part of the Red Sox, I'll take the
He
Babe
was
Ruth
in
ball.
his early career. He was a pitcher for them.
Oh yeah, no, I know. I'll
I'm
take
on-
the Babe Ruth.
I'm on the nerd side, so I got my Stan Lee signatures, and I got my Voice of Goku, signature, and signed. I have a real like a heavy Mjolnir, Thor's hammer, signed by Stan Lee. I met him in 2012 at the Comic-Con here, and it was pretty cool. Yeah, so I'll tell you a quick little story about that. So
Yeah.
I got in because the guy that worked security for the Alamo
It's
the
the Alamo
state
House?
the Alamo Dome.
Okay.
So it was at the Alamo Dome, and he was working security there, so he got me in, and he got me a ticket to see Stan Lee, and I had just went and bought the Thor's hammer at one of the shops, and so I got over to him finally, and I was like, because I'm a huge nerd, and I was like, I grew up wanting to be like a superhero or a
couldn't
crime
tell from your
fighter.
background.
Yeah, exactly. So I wanted to be a crime fighter and stuff, and I was like, you inspired me. I didn't have a father and stuff, and I wanted to fight crime and help people and stuff like that. And he was like, son, the best thing that you could ever do is make people laugh and smile. So you don't need to be a crime fighter to do that. And then he yelled Excelsior, and he flew up and he busted through the fucking roof. But only half of that story's true. But I'll let you figure out which half.
So as a nerd, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna show something pretty cool. Hold on.
Oh,
You're gonna.
God, he's gonna pull
you
his
might-
penis out.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
Well, that'll be a short
No.
episode.
It's fuck you.
Hey,
So what's your name? By the who are y'all's name?
Me?
By the both of y'all.
John.
Don and
my screen name's Dark Helmet. You can call me Tony.
It's
oh,
John
you're Dark Helmet. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen you in Tony's chats all the time. Yeah,
Um,
I'm usually in Startcast and stuff like that. So you're Dark Helmet. Yeah, I see you on Comic Relief Crusader and all sorts of stuff. So,
Yep.
yeah,
My
nice
screen name,
nice to finally meet you, man.
Nice to meet you, brother.
and my screen
Here's a
name is John
question,
the
you
Beagle Guy.
nerds.
Cool.
How much do you care about Star Wars?
I don't anymore. I care about
Okay.
what Star Wars used to be.
I care about old Star Wars and Mandalorian season
Only
1 and
the
2.
three
Anything after that, I don't
OG
care about.
films.
Exactly.
I liked
all
Mandalorian
right.
1 and 2. It was good.
I liked when Luke Skywalker came and kind of showed his Grandmaster abilities.
Oh,
like,
that
in the
was
books.
glorious. That was
They
glorious.
want
Yeah.
him to be evil.
For a
though.
second there, I thought you were gonna be like, I liked Star Wars until Luke Skywalker came out gay.
Oh no, yeah, no, I hated it way before he came out as gay.
Hi, show me
Yeah.
the fourth.
Yeah.
So what I'm about to show you may piss you guys off,
Uh-oh.
but I don't care.
I don't get pissed off, so. Oh, that's sick, dude. That's
From the
fucking
Mandalorian.
sick,
I got over that a long time ago when you did that.
dude.
Don.
So I actually smashed this helmet. This is an actual casting from one of the original Boba Fett helmets.
Yeah.
And my buddy Gary that I work with, he's like, while I was watching Book of Boba Fett, because Boba Fett is my favorite character in Star Wars.
Me, yeah,
And he
was
asked,
badass. The slave one.
Yeah.
He turned him into a wimp.
The Book of Boba
Well, he
Fett was
asked
a slap
how
in the
much.
face.
Yeah.
He asked how much I care about Boba Fett, and I was like, "Give me the hammer."
Yeah.
Only
And we
Slave
just
One, not the
mashed
Disney
it.
version.
Did you know the
Dude,
guy
so-
that played Boba Fett even didn't like that series?
Oh,
He
yeah.
actually
No,
came
he
out and
was he was
he hated it. He was mad.
he was Jango Fett.
Yeah, Django. Yeah. Well, the
I'm gonna
thing
go put this back.
is that Mark Hamill.
No, leave it out. Leave it
Yeah.
out. Put it on the table and leave it out.
At first, even Mark Hamill, when The Last Jedi came out, Mark Hamill was even saying, "This isn't how Luke Skywalker
Fuck
should
Mark
be."
Hamill.
No, I know. Fuck him now. But at first, he was like actually standing up for his character, and now all of a sudden, he's bent over backwards. I mean, touching his fucking tippy toes. You know,
Hey,
He's
bending
become
over.
a beta male. That's what
Oh,
he's
yeah.
become.
Yeah, he is the him and Stephen King are like butt buddies now, and
Oh, they are.
And I
yeah.
loved Maximum
blown.
Overdrive. Maximum Overdrive. I love that movie.
Oh,
I'll still watch it, but now I'm like,
Well,
Stephen
I'm a
King.
Stephen King book nerd too, like the Dark Tower series, the entire like Insomnia, The Shining, obviously,
Sematary.
Pet Cemetery,
Yeah.
the entire multiverse that Stephen King has created. That's why I've had to like separate the art from the artist because
Yeah, you have to do that. Yeah.
because nowadays, especially, they've gotten so political and so right in your face with all their fucking propaganda bullshit, trying to shove it down your throat. It's just like, okay,
All
I have
these
to step
movies
back.
all these movies and TV shows, they're all doing it. That's why I was grateful for Top Gun Maverick. They weren't woke. They didn't fall for it. They gave you an amazing, respectful sequel, and
Yeah.
I love that movie so much.
The only other franchise that's done that is Cobra Kai with the Karate Kid. That's the
I'm
only
not
other
so sure
franchise.
about that.
Really?
I heard this past season. I heard some. Gary was
Really?
kind of bringing up some stuff, and I kind of was arguing with Gary over it.
Oh,
but,
wow.
But I thought about it, and Gary was right. And that's why in the last Manorama, I was like, "Thank you, Gary. I was wrong."
I haven't seen the last 2 seasons.
Well,
so
look at Deadpool Wolverine.
I don't like it. I didn't like the series.
Well, it's like Deadpool Wolverine. That was good. It wasn't woke. They didn't do that. It was masculine. It was manly.
Well,
you had female characters in there, but they were well done.
Yeah, well, and they actually got the source material. That's why it was so good, is because the writers cared about the source material, and that's what's so fucked up about Hollywood these days is that they don't care about the source material. If they're gonna do a reboot or a sequel or an adaptation of something, they're not gonna go. I mean, they literally come out and say, "Do not read the source material."
They bring in writers that know nothing about anything about it.
Exactly. They just want to use their propaganda and their own ideals to make a crap story without actually finding out what the fans want.
Mandalorian season 3 is a good example of that. It was garbage.
Yeah,
season 1 and 2 were fun. I enjoyed it. It felt like Star Wars. Season 3 was just trash. It was.
I agree.
Awful.
Yeah.
You guys want Predator news?
I'd sure. Yeah, we just talked about that.
I'm still iffy on that, Steve.
Wait, hold up.
Give you a chance.
Wait, what did you say, Dark Helmet?
I said I'm still iffy when I watched the preview of it when the trailer when they were showing that. I was like,
all right.
I was confused more than anything. I think.
All right, Greta Thunberg.
Yeah, what the fuck? Where did that come from?
I gotta go wipe my butt.
Oh man, that should be your call sign if you get on Manorama. Greta Thunberg. No, what do you guys talk about? I can give you guys all the information you want. I want to hear what you guys think. As I take I'm sweating like crazy right now.
Well, I'll tell you my original theory. My original theory was that the character was a hybrid of the in the movie Alien versus Predator. The woman that was marked by the Predator to be in the tribe. My theory was that this character was a hybrid of the either that character, the woman and a Predator, or something like that, or Danny Glover or something like that had some genetic DNA or something. But I got more into it, and I talked to File 13 and Tony, who are apparently Predator nerds, and they just know they know everything about the comics and everything. And apparently, it's either a Bad Blood or a No Blood or something like that. Yukta, which is the Predator's species, and it's a young. It's the story of a young up and coming predator,
Cringe.
yeah. So
It's
that's
cringe.
yeah, that's what I've heard. So you can go from there.
Yeah.
You guys ready to have your minds blown?
Uh-oh.
I got toilet paper.
I know
Let's go.
jack shit. No, I actually know a lot about this one.
Yeah.
No, I have personal connections to the Predator movies. The
Mhm.
next two. My brother was the co-director of the animated one,
Oh, cool.
and that looks cool.
Yeah, I
And
heard
I
that was
told my
gonna be good.
brother because he told me 2 years ago, and I was like, "Do you know how hard it is to keep a secret for 2 years?" I give you the Predator, which was very difficult. I was like, ooh. And then I forgot because I couldn't talk about it until it got announced.
Yeah.
And then I didn't know announcement a trailer. And the animated one looks cool. It
Mhm.
does. A 3-part series. I'm like, dude, this looks awesome. And I was sitting with my brother and my nephew, and we were watching the first Predator. I was like, well, why do we have to watch the Predator? Like, what? You've never been a Predator fan. And he's like, well, I'm working on the Predator movie. And I just looked at him and was like, oh, you're gonna ruin this, aren't you? He's like, no, I'm so the idea is they want to take from Predator 1 and 2 and erase the other Predator movies.
No, do not erase the first one.
No, they are.
No,
The first two.
yeah, they're
They're
keep
keeping
the first
those.
two.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then
The
they're gonna
one, the first
not
one, and then the
erasing the
one
one
with
with
Danny
Carl
Glover,
Weathers.
right?
yeah.
Yes.
Danny Glover was in the second one.
I
So-
didn't mind the third one where they were on Earth. I didn't think it was great, but I didn't hate
It was
it.
okay.
Predators, is that the one with Adrian Brody or something?
I don't remember. It's all oh man.
Because there was
That was bad.
Alien versus Predator was the one in between Predator 2 and the new Predator movie.
Yeah. Aliens vs. Predator was actually pretty good. But from what I've been told, here it is. Only 2 podcasts have talked about this, and I went on one and talked about it. Comic Relief Crusaders.
Mhm.
I went on his podcast and talked about it. And because he butchered my brother's name. I was like, dude, it's not John. He's all like, oh, I'm sorry. I was like, you Canadians. But
that's why you're not part of the States.
But he
Yeah, brains.
he didn't go into much detail because he wanted me to talk about it because I didn't give him full details. And then I finally went on his podcast and talked to him, I think on like a Tuesday.
Yeah.
And from what I've been told, and I even told my brother this, and the director had a sticky note that said, don't make it PG-13.
Oh.
That was my whole thing was to my brother, don't make this fucking PG-13. Make it R.
Mhm.
Make it gory, graphic, all that stuff. Like
Language.
what we grew up on. Now, in I think it's called the Badland.
Yeah. Yep.
And it is a young predator. That's
Mhm.
why he looks kind of weird. We never see a female predator in a movie. We never do.
Yeah, because there isn't supposed to be one, as far as I was told by my
About representation.
Well,
Yeah.
how do
There
they
is-
reproduce with human women or
Well,
what?
there is female predators.
Oh, there are?
We don't
Okay.
see them. Yeah. We
Don't
will.
have to.
We will see them. Don't
Oh.
worry. They create okay, I'll give you the backstory. The reason why Prey got made is because the director is a big fan of Predator. And he wanted to do something cool. And I like Predator. The
love
cinematography
it.
and everything. I get it. You might want to make the woman empowerment and stuff. Here's the thing. there's a certain point where you have to kind of separate the whole women being empowerment kind of thing. If they're Native Americans, I'm not going to fuck with them. If they're Vikings, no.
Yeah.
Like, I know, like, the woman in the animated one is a Viking and she's telling a story. I don't know if anyone knows this. I don't know any woman Viking, but I know they're badass. Like, they can kick ass.
I would
Like,
be
We've all
terrified.
seen
yeah.
Vikings.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. And so
They existed.
they did pray. No, my brother didn't do pray, or I think that his company did, but he didn't get fully involved until the animated series, and it looks cool. That animated series looks really awesome.
I've heard good things.
And
Yeah.
they are changing up. They want to do different species of predators, which I'm totally fine with. It's like, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's, from my perspective, like, from what I've been told, is they've created a world of predators. It's mainly about predators. It's not about humans. The Badland one is going to have an android which ties into Alien,
Wayland Utani. Yeah.
which
Yep.
Oh,
which
my
I've been hinted at is, and I mentioned it to my brother and he just looked at me and I knew they're gonna recreate Aliens versus Predator
Mm-hmm.
in a much better way,
That makes
which I
sense.
liked the first one. It was
It was-
actually really good.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was
Why?
the second one, not so much.
I don't even think I saw the second one, but yeah.
I don't remember the second one at all.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So the guy who's directing all this stuff, he wants to make, they have a separate department now. And his only way to actually do this was to do Prey. And it actually wasn't that bad of a movie. It actually was really good. It was all practical, and I was like, that's pretty cool. I dig it. I had a lot of friends like, no, it's terrible. I was like, not necessarily. So they created a whole entire section with Fox that has nothing to do with Disney. They don't have any say whatsoever with what they're going to do. Yeah.
Oh,
It's all going to be adult style.
that's the way it
rated R.
should be. Yeah.
Yeah. And I told my brother, I was like, you cannot do this PG-13. There's no
They
way.
tried that with Star Wars and they destroyed the series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's basically
It's-
going to be done in a way where adults will walk out and their nipples will be rock hard.
Yeah.
As Predator fans.
Well, your nipples will. I'm going to be rock hard somewhere else because it'll be awesome. But that's the whole gist of it. Is they created a world of the Predator world from the comics and everything.
Mhm.
Like, they've dived in. Now, I get why people are complaining about the Predator in the new live action one, where it looks black and female and all this stuff. I was like, it's a young Predator.
Yeah.
It's an outcast. He's trying to prove himself.
Yeah.
And
he's
he's
a bad blood. Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
was explained to
What?
me.
I didn't hate it.
And-
I was just confused
Yeah.
Yeah.
for me.
Well, granted, it's a teaser, so it's not the full trailer. And
Yeah.
my brother said, trust me when I say this, we're keeping a lot away from it because this was the secret project.
Mm.
So it's gonna be pretty badass, I think. What were you gonna say, John?
2 questions. Why did this need to be made into a franchise? The first one was a perfect ending. That's number 1. And number 2, I don't see the connection between Aliens with Predator. They were 2 totally different universes.
Predator 2.
Yeah, Predator were hunting
Predator.
the aliens. They were hunting the aliens because they were
Yeah.
hunting other different species. That's why.
Yeah,
Never
in
saw it.
the comics, they've been united. Those two universes have been united for a long time. But that's why it's so confusing to people that don't know about the comics. Because seeing this trailer, you're just thinking to yourself, okay, that's not what a Predator looks like. What the hell's going on here? So
that's what threw me off. Honestly.
Yeah, so
and
I
I'm
had
honest.
to, yeah. So I had to have people that were really deep into the lore of the comics kind of explain it to me because my theory was that it was a human hybrid of some kind, and they
That's
were going
what
to
I
make
thought
it
at
a
first.
female type thing, and there was a bunch of woke stuff. So that's what I was thinking. But then I had it explained to me that no, this is just a young blood, a bad blood youngster that has been outcast from their tribe. It's in the comics and stuff like that. So.
we can understand people being worried with this
Yeah.
Predator movie, or what is it going to be, a show or a movie?
Movie.
A movie. I can understand people being worried about wokeness. I can understand people's thought on that, honestly, because of the past few years.
It's everywhere. You can't. Yeah.
I was just confused. That was it. It's not that I necessarily thought it was going to be woke.
That's the beauty about a teaser is.
Off.
Yeah, exactly.
I even told my brother, I was like, make the teaser. Now, when they do a trailer versus a film, they have a director to do the trailer. There's an actual director for it, and they did it right where a teaser is supposed to make you confused.
Yeah.
Like when I watched Havoc last night actually. It's the Tom Hardy movie. And I was like, oh, this looks pretty cool. Havoc is, I don't know if you guys know about this, but Tom Hardy did a movie called Havoc that just came out recently on Netflix.
No.
If you like shoot 'em up, this is like the most insane. The title gives away exactly how you're going to feel. Havoc, it's chaos. The movie is the most chaos thing I've ever seen. It makes no sense, but it's cool. Like, that movie is actually really cool. I watched it with my wife, and she's walking around. She's like, I can't handle this. And I was like, dude, this is beyond John Wick. Like, it's
really
over the top. Dude,
wow.
Tom Hardy in this movie, if you have Netflix, check out Havoc. It is the most bizarre movie you'll ever watch.
I don't know. I've seen Mandy with Nick Cage. That was a pretty bizarre movie.
This is like, it's insane. Like,
really?
they never empty out the clip.
Confusion.
Yeah.
They never empty out the magazine. They just shoot like insane amount. I'm like, well, there goes 100 rounds right there. You should have emptied out. I know, but dude, that movie was awesome. I digged it.
That's cool, man. Yeah, I'll look into that. I've never heard of it. I don't have Netflix though, but I have a friend who might let me use their account. Yeah,
it's an okay movie.
Yeah. All right, guys. I got 30 minutes till my show, so I'm gonna.
All right, man. Thanks for hanging out.
Hey, dude. Thank you for inviting me. It's been a pleasure, and
I might bring you on Manorama. Who knows?
I'd love to be there, man. So
we'll have you on there on Homo Hour.
Oh, perfect. I'll fit right in. No, I'm kidding.
You're homosexual.
Hey, good meeting you, brother.
I'll stop
nice
it.
to meet you.
Good to meet you, man.
It's good to meet you.
All right, take care, man.
Have a good night, man.
Later.
Oh, man. I had to turn off Cosby because I was like listening to two different things at the same time.
Yeah, I was too. I had to mute it. Because I was like, why do I keep hearing some? Oh, that's all right. It's not that I'm against the new Predator thing. It's just, it confused me. That was it. I was confused.
Yeah.
Nothing more.
Which is fine.
And I know other people are like bashing, oh, it's going to be woke and all this. I'm like, because they saw a female role. I don't have a problem with female roles. I don't. It's just how you do it. But
I'll be right back. You guys keep talking. Hold on.
Well, if the female character just doesn't belong in the culture, what we're going to see, I see what you mean.
Can we talk about at our age male prostate exams?
We lost voice.
What? No, I'm good. Check your side.
Audio.
No, mine's working.
How about now? Do my mic.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I think it's on your side.
How's that?
I hear you. I hear you.
I got you. I can hear you.
Okay, you good, brother?
All
right, cool. All right. Now that we got rid of that wanker over there, Steve, rat bastard, little short midget.
Wanker.
No, like I say, with the new Predator movie, I was confused. That was it. I was confused. It's not. I saw a female. I know some people were flipping out over it. That didn't bother me because I know not all female roles are going to be woke or anything like that. I was just confused. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go ahead.
I only saw the first one, so I can't relate.
I've only seen the first one too myself.
Yeah.
You know, because I love Predator 1. I love
Who
2.
you calling a midget?
I know.
saying
Who are you
that?
calling a midget down there?
Wait,
What are you-
you've only seen the first one?
Yeah.
I've only seen the first one.
Oh, you gotta see the second one with his
Now,
Magnum,
Who called you a midget? Let me at him.
John.
No, I did not.
One of you guys did.
No, it was the guy
Oh.
that just left. He called you a midget.
Oh, the bald guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
What a wanker.
Speaking of midgets, how you doing, Zelda?
Oh boy, you're gonna roast her too. She's not gonna come through that screen.
You know, Zelda, when I was your height, I was 4 years old and I had just gotten off a diaper.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I got off at 3.
Too much.
I was a late bloomer. Leave me alone.
So, Steve, tell us about your house project. How's that going?
Oh man, hold on. I'm gonna leave a comment for one of the guys who joined KLRM Radio. Hold on. Hold on. If I can spell right. Listen, everybody. The house I'm working on is completely. It's retarded.
How old is it?
It's old.
You got uneven floors?
What?
Uneven floors?
Oh, it has uneven everything.
Wavy floors?
Been there.
Oh, dude, man. I did
Nothing to
the
code.
flooring for this one and the baseboards. I did a lot of work on this house, and that's a small house. And then we're working on the big house, which I'm afraid to even think about. But yeah. And then Gary's like, hey, we got another house we're going to work on, and we have to elevate that one because it's actually sinking. There's no foundation underneath it in one area. And I was like, okay.
Wait, you guys are
Is it settling? Is it settling or sinking?
Oh no, it's sinking.
Sinking.
The second house that we're looking at is sinking.
And you guys fix these houses up to flip them?
No, we remodel them. It's usually people own the houses, and we just remodel.
No,
them.
Steve rehabs them, and Gary turns them into hair salons.
Yeah. Which I'm actually trying to enroll to get my general contractor's license, so I can do my own stuff. In California, which is really difficult, because all the stupid laws.
I got a question for you, Steve, real quick.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about going to HVAC school and learning HVAC. Do you think I should proceed with that? A useful, manly skill.
It's not bad.
Mr. Dark, what do you think my line of work is?
You asking me?
That's what my
breeding
line of work
dogs.
Is. You look like a state trooper.
Thanks.
With that flat
He
top.
does.
If
he looks like
walked
a
up to
cop.
my door, I would hand him.
He has the haircut.
He does.
It's the haircut.
I pick out parts for HVAC contractors all day long.
Oh,
that's what I do.
Well, like here,
HVAC is
number, and I pick out parts for him.
Well, here in St.
HVAC
Louis,
is not a bad gig.
Well, here in St. Louis, HVAC, they actually have a shortage of HVAC people, and I've thought about because the guys that work on my HVAC system, I've been talking to the guy. Same guy, he always comes to our house. Super cool dude. He's 75, still doing it. You would think he was probably 55. He's like, dude, going to HVAC. He's like, get into it. He's like, our company will hire you. We need people. And I'm thinking about doing it, honestly.
Yeah, I'm the team leader to about 6 guys I take care of throughout the year. And I basically teach them, coach them, because I've been on the account for over 7 years. So, and the client asked me to be the leader of the group, so I'm like, okay.
Oh, so you're driving around in an HVAC truck with state police on the side of it?
No.
With that haircut?
Oh, you're funny. No, we don't need to be out in the field, but we talk to the guys out in the field, and we get them whatever they need.
Because skilled trades, you can't get these young people into them now.
No.
Now, when I went through school, well, not the 80s, more than like late 90s, they're like college. You got to have college to be anything successful. That has destroyed skilled trades.
Yeah. I'm a
And
trained
you can
computer
go
programmer.
to school for skilled trades, get paid while you're learning, and then once you get out, you get good at it, you can make six figures.
Yeah.
And they don't realize that. And I, like my daughter, I'm like, she's like, I'm gonna go to college. I was like, no, you're not. She's like, yes, I am. I'm like, no, you're not. I'm like, get a skilled trade. Well, she became a dental assistant, but that's a good job. It's
Yeah.
useful.
What my sister used to do.
Yeah, she became a dental assistant, and she's doing well, and I'm proud of that.
Yeah, if I could do it again, skill trade. I studied to be a programmer, computer
Don't get me
programmer.
wrong. If you want to
Give
become a
me
rocket
swap.
scientist, stuff astrophysics, stuff like that, or space, something like, I get you have to go to college for that, or a doctor. But no, I told her, I'm like, no, you need something. Once you get that degree, you're going to be employable once you have it. And she did it. She don't talk to me. She hasn't talked to me in over a year, but she did
Good
it.
for
That
her.
means she at least listened to what I said.
Good for her.
I'm very proud of her.
If I could do it again, I would.
Yes.
Yep.
Maybe become a barber or something with a little more.
Welcome to Flat
creativity.
Top's Barber Shop. We'll just shave that right off, and everybody
My
think
nephew-
you're a trooper.
My cousin's a barber. He does very well for himself out here.
Oh,
Can he cut my hair?
Sure.
Your pubic hair?
He could also shave your beard if you want.
Steve's got
Hey,
two
whoa,
spots.
whoa.
Steve's got two spots that are bald. We'll let y'all figure that one out.
I think we're gonna get kicked off of YouTube.
No, trust
We love
me.
you, Rumble.
I know how we can get kicked off of. Meh.
Oh, I know very well how we could get kicked off the other.
Oh,
I'm just
yeah.
not saying it.
Just don't look
No, don't
behind
do it.
you there.
You don't want a black mark.
Oh.
Did any of you guys go see the prequel? Return of the Sith was out on theaters this weekend.
No, I was gonna. Okay, so I actually have a really funny story about that. So I showed during Lego Build podcast, which I'm trying to get back. Here I can show you I'll bring the car that I'm gonna rebuild. Hold on.
Rebuild. Okay.
Chinese remanufactured.
6-hour rebuild.
Oh, what? If I can get this job I want, I'm gonna save some money.
So I'm gonna rebuild this car.
Oh, okay. That's the Chinese one.
And the what?
The one with the Chinese instructions?
No, I already did that one. I'm never going to rebuild that one. No, we're not going to talk about that one. That was a pain in the ass.
Exactly. It's funny.
But this one, I'm going to rebuild. I'm going to take it apart and put it back together and do a Lego build. I just got to find time to do it.
You said Lego build. That's a Lego car.
What?
That's a Lego car. Okay.
It
doesn't
is.
Look like it. Okay.
It doesn't look like it?
Mm-hmm. No, well, I mean, I've never seen one like that. I've seen a car like that from Lego.
Yeah. So I brought during Lego Build podcast, which I'm trying to get back only because I'm working on this job and it takes up my Saturday, so I can't do a Lego Build. That's why.
Your life first. Got bills.
I know, right?
And
I need to make. Yeah. So I brought out a shirt that was signed by people who worked on episode 3.
Oh, nice.
There was a guy in the chat said, "I'll give you $10,000 for that shirt."
Don't do it.
Now, I would have said, yeah,
no
$10,000. Here's the thing, that is a very personal because it's my brother's signature. I actually have two things: a visor and the shirt that's signed by people who worked on episode 3.
Okay.
And I'm not going to sell them. And I also had the episode 3 DVD signed in its actual personal note. And I'm not going to give those 3 up. This guy was like, "I'll give you $25,000 for each of those." Like all 3 for $25,000. I was like,
let me think about that. That's a house. Or almost.
It is. But here's the thing. That's a
California.
personal thing for me. And I'm not going to give it up.
I wouldn't.
Like, I know the guys who signed those personally. They're cool. I'm not going to do it. The visor, maybe, because there's actually art worked on it on the Lucasfilm art, because when I went to Skywalker Ranch, that's where I actually had to sign an NDA. I've seen a lot of things on episode 3 that didn't get into episode 3, and I'm like, that'd be cool. And then I watched it, and I was like, that scene's not in it. And my brother's like, we didn't add it in there. And I was like, oh man,
It's not in any of the special features.
Give us a
No.
director's
Oh,
cut.
that stinks.
No, it's not. There's a lot of the duel scenes. Like the duel scene went on for 20 minutes.
That's too long.
Like that's how cool it was.
It was a good duel scene, I will admit.
Very fluid. Where'd he go now?
That's right. That's right. That's right. Oh, you rat bastard. Well, that's the same way with my Babe Ruth. I've had Babe Ruth baseball. I've had people and shops. They're like, "Oh, we'll give you all this money." I'm like, "Nope,
No.
not worth it to sell."
Yeah,
because that's a connection with my stepfather.
Well,
even though
I
we
told
had issues.
Gary, I was like, "Hey, this guy wants to give me $10,000 for it." He's like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Don't sell it," and I was like, "I'm not gonna sell it because that's like something personal for me."
That's an heirloom.
Yeah. Now, if I have kids,
hey Steve, what if they offered you 200,000 rounds of ammunition of your type?
Oh,
I'd be like, oh, okay, what round? Can I have this round? I'd be like, maybe
200,000. Does that equal? No, it has to equal higher. It has to be higher than $10,000.
Okay, 100,000 rounds. That's probably about
200,000, and then you went to 100,000.
250,000 rounds. What do we say?
How much per round?
Depends on what round you're talking about.
Exactly.
9.
What?
Lee Harvey Oswald round. Those are expensive bullets.
If it's, I don't think I would. Like
1 million rounds.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. If somebody said I'll give you 1 million rounds of your ammunition type that you choose, I would give that Babe Ruth baseball up. Sorry, because you know why.
If someone offered me a million rounds, if someone offered me a million rounds, and then some cash, I might consider it.
1 million rounds and $300,000 in cash, tax free.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. In a heartbeat. 300,000. Oh yeah.
Tax free.
Tax free.
Yeah, I would.
It'd have to be $500,000 for me.
I'm keeping just for one or all or two. The shirt and the visor. One? Oh yeah. $300,000 and then 1 million rounds? Yeah. That's a shit ton of money.
They just dumped. There. I'm sorry.
I know.
I got a little freedom expression there. I'm lucky. I live in a state where I can own different stuff. You don't.
I know.
Well, here in Florida, I think we're pretty liberal with that stuff.
We actually have better gun around. We actually have better gun laws.
Florida's like more free than any other state.
Not Missouri. We actually have better gun laws in Florida.
True, because we have the no gun zones. That gets people into trouble.
We have this Second Amendment Preservation Act. Hey Steve, you should move here. Live in the Ozarks. There's lakes. There's hills. There's deer. There's well, you're married, so I can't say chunky. Good country girls. That'll suffocate you. In the
I do like them chunky ladies.
I like a little thickness. People always.
But on that note.
Yep.
On that note, I want to thank everyone. I was only going to do about 2 hours of a podcast. And
this is a blast. I enjoyed it.
It was fun. I enjoyed it too.
Yeah,
you're a New York fan. You shut your mouth.
You're a St. Louis fan. Shut your pie hole.
I'm Italian.
Yay.
Pizza.
But on that note, I want to say Greta. It's not. I just want to say Greta. It's, I don't know. Greta for coming on. He's actually pretty cool. And John and Dark Helmet, you guys are awesome. Yeah. I don't know when I want to start doing more conversations for sporting events because it's a lot of fun. It is.
You got to get Gary on and do
Gary.
a dedicated show with you and him.
Oh man,
That's fun.
If you get Gary on, you can have a hairstyle episode. Well, Gary can, not you, but
yeah. No, it's
You two are funny together.
I'll talk to Gary. I'll be like, hey, do you want to do this? I'll talk to him because I know he's busy on the weekends, and I know a lot of people want us to do more comedy stuff.
That's that.
The stuff we do, like burying me in the sand, putting me underwater.
I thought a creep show.
Yeah, creep show.
I can hold my breath for a long time.
Oh man,
and that's where I got the idea from.
So that stunt was probably the most dangerous stunt I ever done. It was because I was like, we're all certified scuba divers, and I was like, you want me to take this off and me speak underwater? He's like, yeah. I was like, okay. The first round was the most nerve-wracking thing I ever done. And the second time I was like, can we do it again? He's like, what? I was like, yeah, let's do it a couple more times. I think we did it 3 times that take. Really stupid. I don't recommend it at all to anyone. But yeah, next week is going to be a Manorama hangout episode where we just hang out, have fun.
Those are the best kind.
Talk shit. Yeah, talk shit about Dark Helmet and his homosexual cardinals. Yeah.
You should do the Ombre versus that.
How about the next episode we talk trash about Zelda down there because she said scoffs in Alabama.
Well, I know. Who knows?
None of us are married to our relatives.
Yeah.
No, they're all
I almost did go on a date with my cousin one time.
I actually had a second cousin ask me out a few years ago.
I had a third cousin.
I haven't talked to her since. No.
I almost went on okay, I'll tell you before we end this stream. I almost went on a date with my third cousin. Deborah was her name. And then my grandma told me, I was in high school, man. Come on, man. Possibly. My grandma told me the story of how we were related to this family. Yeah, my face was like, come again? What?
And she did.
Huh? I was shocked. I was like, so I'm related to the chick that I want to go on a date with. And in my head, I'm like, she's third distance, whatever. I never went on a date with her because the moment she found out and then I found out, we were like, we can't do this. No.
You both have the sense.
I moved into a town from Florida to Nebraska. In Nebraska, I found out a lot of family members, and I was like, "Dang, dude, I can't date this person, this person, this person, that person."
Wait,
and how many kids do you have now?
What?
Are you that much inbred that you're all over, have family all over?
No, it was a lot of family members married into the same family.
That's what I'm saying.
Kind of thing. We're not Alabama style, Zelda.
Yeah, exactly.
Hillbilly.
Yeah. No, that's West Virginia. Yeah. But yeah, so next week on Manorama, I'll try to get John on to the hangout episodes. I gotta work that out, John. We gotta get you on the hangout. Just to hang out with the guys, Yeah. And you'd be like, what's up, man? Yankees forever. And I'm like, fuck the Yankees.
No, I don't push, because I know that's such a hated, evil team. And,
they're evil. They're the dark side.
We earned it.
The Yankees are the Siths. Here's how fucking nerdy I get. The Yankees are the Siths. Boston are the Reds, are the Jedis.
I wouldn't go that far.
Hey, you know what? You know what? You can shut up too, Zelda. I can read your comments. I can read your comments. I know Zelda's probably laughing where she's like, I gotta go pee.
She's
Here's
got
the
a
other
tinkle.
thing. I've thought about this is on X, I can call people through X. So if you hear if you hear me call you, it's I want to have a conversation with you. I'm gonna start doing that.
Interesting.
I'll pick random people to have a conversation with, and I'll ask, why didn't you send a Rumble rant? I need to make money for this podcast. I'm just kidding.
Zelda,
I
why
don't
are
need
you
to
into
make money.
incest?
Well, I do this podcast for free. I do. I don't make any money
I
off
gave
of
you
it.
money
You did?
one time.
One time, 2 pennies.
I gave him $5.
You were the 2-cent guy, weren't you?
That was enough for
You-
him to buy a condom so he couldn't reproduce.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't wear condoms. Condoms.
Yeah, you
wear
can't
me.
reach far enough back to need them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's too much.
I had a lot of good fun.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for
Join
calling.
us Tuesday for Manorama. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Zelda, I know you gave me. Wait, no, you gave me $1. Nah, crap. Now I have to look at it. Maybe you did give me $1 or $3. But I'll see you guys this Tuesday as we talk. I don't even know what the conversation is. It's a hangout.
Who cares?
And as Dark Helmet looks like he's about to deep throat something. Yeah. I love you guys. You guys are awesome.
That's funny.
All right. On that note, I'll check you guys out later for next week.
Later. Say hello
Ciao.
to Gary for us and wish him a happy birthday.
Later, Zelda.
Possibly.